Hello, I'm Cherokee Ferguson, and this is Discussion Board Post 6, Over Communication and Professional Behaviors. I was at the Valentine Elementary School within the Head Start and Pre-K classroom. I was not with an OT, however there is an OT on staff, and they do also have an SLP and a special education teacher that I did get to see, and I did get to kind of work alongside in the classroom. And I would say my overall experience, the school system is now my top favorite. This was such a fun place to be, and also see how all of the teachers and the SLPs, OTs, and special education teachers all communicated and had that well-rounding respect for each other, but also the desire to ask each other, how was your day? How was your weekend? What did you do? And that was just really fun to see. And also, they all remembered my name, and that always makes me feel bad. And that is a goal of mine, to remember others' names. But I can't remember names. But they'd always ask, Cherokee, how are you doing? It's great to see you. We look forward to seeing you on Mondays. And that was always really fun to see. But knowing that, that connection has already been made, so it was very easy to reach out and communicate with them in a professional way, and asking them about a certain student or anything of what they see and what they know and how best it is to work with them. And a lot of the kids do go to their outside classroom for during reading time or for high sensory needs times for them. So it is really fun to see them and talk with them, but also to gain that further insight. So being clear and accurate on their end of documentation, they really like to ask us what we've seen during the day, or if this was kind of an all-day thing, if one of the kiddos is off a little bit or pretty crabby and not wanting to participate in anything, has this been all day or has it been since I got here? And just having that clear communication to understand, and they're not in that classroom all day, and they might not be there every single day even when they are there. So having that in case there is a big change in a student or anything. I don't see the documentation, but I know they are asking these questions to be able to document. I feel like my communication with my fieldwork educator was great, and has been throughout this whole time when we're talking about evaluations or anything. She was very fast to respond and very dedicated to do whatever I needed to have for my education, but she showed very great gratitude on having me be there and having the help that I did have. Sometimes they were short-staffed, so having that within the preschool and Head Start program really helped them, so they could have the full 3 teachers and have that one-on-one if they would need it throughout the day, or even help at lunchtime opening their cartons. 2 teachers running around versus 3. It's a lot more efficient. But throughout the whole time of talking about when would work to come in, and if Mondays worked for her, and if it was an all-day thing, if that worked, since that would be best, since I'm traveling 40 minutes there, it would be the best to go and do it in a day instead of breaking it up in just a morning shifts. Throughout that, being able to have time management skills was huge, because I would have to get up early in the morning to drive there to be there by school. So it was a 45 minute drive. So planning that, and then also planning when I get home, my other outside group projects or anything that I did have, to be able to meet with my class, but knowing that I would not get back until maybe 5 or 6, maybe later if there was more trips that needed to go. When you live in a small town, hitting the bigger grocery store is quite a luxurious thing. So I did make my way down there and always go shopping. So just being able to have my time management to know what I needed to prioritize for and lay out for the rest of my day while I am spending time at my fieldwork site, as well as during the day, of what I wanted to see and if there was a certain student I kind of wanted to work on, to be able to gain my OTPF more insightful on this student in particular. There was not a ton of time that I was able to, like I said, communicate with the parents, but having that connection to even feel like I was able to was really nice. And the management with relationships through therapeutic use of self, I feel like this was very hands-on during every minute of my time there within this pre-K Head Start classroom. Kiddos love to play, and they love to just feel wanted and played with, and there is always that attention side of it. Everybody wants your attention versus the other. So it is really fun, but like to take my turn, like my time, and go in my turns of each section. So I would play in the kitchen with some kids and then go to the blocks, and just having that side to be able to like still meet all of their needs of wanting to play, but doing it in sections so it wasn't one versus another. And demonstrate respect for diversity factors of others. I feel like this was very well in this environment as well as on my end. Everybody is their own human no matter how old, and everybody has their own beliefs through their family, through their own ideas, and how they see it might be different than ours, but just having respect of them and asking questions. There was nothing that really came to my mind when I filled out this question, but just, I mean, going forward, even at, like, it's always in my head, everybody has their own reason, and until you know why, don't doubt it or don't wonder. You can always ask questions to know, but your idea isn't any different than theirs. So just asking questions and getting to know them is a huge thing, and it'll give you a different viewpoint. But I overall hope you enjoyed my post and doing all these discussion board posts, videos. If I were to say one thing, and I know I said it earlier in this video, but the ESU school system, OT side of things, I think is my new favorite thing, and that would be really fun to potentially work into that one day. So thank you, and I look forward to reading your replies.